UK. He likes Hallmark and he's from Britain, I guess. Britannia. Ah, there it is. Who we got? Crimea again. Give us a different mat at least. Innovative. All right. Been wanting to do Innovative Crimea on a video. What are we up against? Industrial Sax. Ooh. Agricultural Polania. Nordic Engineering. Okay, we're not going to do build local infrastructure over here. We're going to try to go for get rich or cry trying. Hopefully we get enough coin off of this mat for that to happen. Okay, we're going to start with some upgrades too. We'd have to do something different. If Saxony had traded for 2 metal just there, we would have had to do something completely different. Because we're not going to deploy our first mech for a little while. And if Saxony goes... Let me trade. Let me take my turn and then I'll keep talking. If Saxony trades for 2 metal and produces, he can immediately build a mech. He can do that 3 times and then invade my base in turn 7. So if he's going to do that, and there's a possibility he will, we, Nordic Engineering, Polania Agriculture, Saxony Industrial, we are hands down the most powerful combination in this game right now. So it would behoove Saxony to attack us, to go after us and try to slow down our game, basically. See what Nordic's gonna do. Okay. Get an upgrade. What's he gonna upgrade? I mean, that makes sense. Okay. Now we're gonna produce, start to get some food, start to get more workers. And then next time we're gonna trade for 2 more oil and we're gonna upgrade our move and our enlist. And then produce again. And then we'll be at 5 workers and we'll have enough food to move and get our first enlist because it will only require 2. You gotta watch Saxony though. Probably gonna upgrade his deploy and make it cheaper to make his max. He's still thinking about his upgrade? Yeah, I guess he is. I mean, I just assumed he would go for probably move and deploy. Would he take bolster and deploy? Yeah, bolster and deploy. So he'll get his first mech in turn 4. So he could trade for 2 metal in turn 5, get another mech in turn 6. He can't invade our base before we're going to get a mech, so we're safe from Saxony. Nordic Engineering is probably not going to build mechs. They're going to try to race us in this game and just build a better engine than us. And it's going to be hard to do because Innovative is just such a fast board. And they're probably not going to do it doing it that way. Alright, what did I say? We're going to trade 2 more oil. Upgrade our move and our enlist. There's an argument to be made that having the produce over deploy and move over enlist is pretty much the most OP combination in the game. Militant, you could argue that militant is better because you get so much coin off your deploys. You get with this enlist, you get 4 coin off every single deploy with the militant board. So you stack up a lot of coin very quickly. So he went underpass, round 4, trade for 2 metal in round 5, build his Riverwalk mech in round 6, move here in round 7, take another turn in round 8, move here in round 9. He still can't. We're safe. Just, if you're Polania, if you're Crimea, if you're Nordic, you have to keep an eye on what Saxony is doing. If you're Rusviet, you don't care. You just stay in here or you go back here and Saxony can't touch you. Pretty much anybody else has to watch Saxony. I mean, Tagawa has to watch Saxony. Albion, until he gets his combat cards, really has to watch Saxony. What I say we're going to produce. We really want to see Nordic go for a farm. That's what we would like to see. We want them to feed us combat cards. We want them to enlist. So that's the thing we don't have much of yet. We don't have many combat cards. Professor Aragorn. Hey, good game. I was Albion in that last match. Thanks, man. It was a good game. Guy who's Polania is back in this game. I think he's playing Nordic Engineering. Appreciate you watching. If you want, you can give it a like. And I'm new to YouTube, but I'm pretty sure if you subscribe, you get notified if I go live or put new videos up. Doesn't cost anything, obviously. How long has it been Saxony? Okay. Are we gonna get lucky? Is Saxony gonna enlist? It would be amazing for us if Saxony with the industrial board actually decided to enlist. It'd be incredible. Usually you can't count on getting cards from Saxony when they're to your left as Crimea. Polania has the worker star. First star goes to Polania. They're agricultural. So their trade is over mech. Alright, Nordic, are you going 8 workers here? Not yet. Okay. Okay. And then we're going to leave 3 more here because we want to get the worker star. So we're not going to use the 3rd move. So why did we do this? We did this because next turn we're going to trade for 2 more oil and upgrade produce and upgrade deploy. Which means that next time we produce, we can produce on all 3 of these hexes. It's going to give us the worker star, enough food to do another enlist with a combat card, and with a deploy upgrade, it'll give us enough metal to do a deploy with a combat card. That's what we're thinking here. Okay, Nordic is going to go for a farm. That is good news. All right, so trade 2 oil, upgrade, and what are we going to say we were going to do? We're going to do to produce and deploy. Saxony had just gone straight trade 2 metal, produce, trade 2 metal, produce, trade 2 metal, produce. They would have 3 mechs right now, and they'd have the opportunity to move into our base. But they didn't go that route. All they have is the underpass mech. They can't go into our base. They've got a different strategy in mind. All right, we're at 8 coin. He's not going to the farm just yet. So now we're going to produce. Get our speed mech. Put it on the village so we can distribute our workers. And we're only going to have to produce 1 more time. We're going to have to deploy multiple times, but we're going to make ourselves enough resources here in a minute that we can toggle back and forth between moving and spreading out and building our mechs. So that's what we'll essentially do, is we'll start moving across the board and try to pick off some easy combats. So Polania has 0 power right now. Their bolster is over their enlist, and they're not on food. Saxony may beat us to them. Saxony should definitely boot Polania right now. His movement's off of cooldown. He's got 6 power, 4 combat cards. Polania, even if they have a 5 and they throw it, they can't do more than 5. It's an easy call for Saxony. I don't know why he's hesitating, unless it's that he doesn't want to lose popularity. Polania could come back and counterattack the next turn, but it's unlikely. Especially with no power. Probably just give Saxony. What did he do? He didn't take the combat? That's hard to believe. 8 metal and a combat star. For 5 power, man. 5 power. Guaranteed. If you're Polani, I guess you're breathing a sigh of relief. And you're putting another mech right there. The window is closed, Saxony. You can get it, but it's not going to be nearly as cheap. Now you just have to speculate what those 2 combat cards that Polani could throw would be. You really don't want to throw 10 against a guy with 0 power. There's a good chance he'll throw everything he has, though, because a lot of resources. Alright, what are they doing here? They're moving to oil. We need you to get on a farm, Nordic. Alright. We are going to get on our farm. We're going to put 2 on the farm, 6 on the mountain. And what that's going to do is that's going to give us enough metal for 3 mechs outright. And the food we already have plus 2 more will give us enough for 3 enlist using a combat card for each one. And we don't need the 3rd move. See, this is where if we had the militant board, where enlist is over trade, we could get that metal and use the fact that one of them is over trade to essentially translate one into the other. But if we get this, we're just going to either have to spend another move moving workers back to the farm, or just have a crap ton of metal we can't use. You know what we're going to do? We're going to take this. Yeah, we're going to take this. And get some power. Of course we don't want to end our turn. Thank you, game warnings. Always use game warnings. Saxony and Nordic are both going to build upgrades. Getting power with the innovative board is always a challenge because your bolsters on top of your buildings, and the innovative board is so fast you don't want to build buildings. This is a good 3rd enlist for us, and it's good to have it quickly. And let's go ahead and get popularity. We're not going to need it, but we're going to get that coin eventually anyway. And we have 1 combat card again. We really need our neighbors to enlist. We're cooking along now. We've got 3 enlists. So by getting that enlist down here, we've got 3 enlists and 1 mech. So we're not necessarily going to be able to end the game faster by virtue of getting that bottom row action. We'll just have to see how it plays out. We'll still have to do mechs though, and get those stars out for mechs. So we may have to do another move toward the end and just not get a bottom row action because we already have them all, you know, to get our combats or something like that. But the nice thing about going ahead to getting it is that this is now going to make us enough food for our last enlist, right? So we don't have to use any more combat cards. The bad news is if our neighbors don't enlist, we're not getting any more combat cards. So that's going to be a challenge. We have Scout, so we can steal combat cards. Polania continues to be at extremely low power. I don't know why Nordic isn't attacking them. Wow. Saxony, this is your last chance. Because we're going to produce here. We're going to build our Riverwalk mech. And if you don't attack Polani on these two spaces, we will. Oh, wait, they're at 3 power now. 5 combat cards. It's not quite as good as we thought it was. So now we'd like Saxony to attack them and drain some of that power away. Hmm. What is Nordic gonna do? They're gonna build a building. They moved last time and did not move to a farm. Oh good, they're trading for food. That means that they're gonna move to a farm next time and do an enlist. Wonderful. We go. Tons of metal. Lane doesn't have submerge, they can't steal our food. That's good. We should have checked that. When we had the speed max, so we could have distributed one on each by going to the mountain first and dropping off workers and then ending on the farm. It would have been safer to check that. You always got to watch Polania's max as well as Saxony's max. Saxony needs 3 to attack most people, underpass, speed, and river walk. Polania just needs speed and submerge and to be on a lake. And they can go pretty much almost anywhere. I mean, every home base is adjacent to a lake, I think. Yeah. Even if you think of this as Tagawa's home base and this is Albion's home base, gee whiz, everywhere Albion starts can be attacked from a lake. Alright. We don't need to produce again, so we don't really care about our popularity right now. What we really love to happen is for Saxony to attack Polania and force Polania to use some power to ward off the attack. Or for Saxony to just go ham and deprive them and wear down all their power. We're going to get an enlist from Nordic. But we'd really like to have more than 2 combat cards right now. Saxony's using a lot of time in this game. I mean, we're talking, so we're a little bit behind everyone else in time, but he's way down there. There we go. That's what we wanted to see. Over here too. You can do it. Nope, but we'll take what we can get. So we hit them on the spot that they want to keep the most. That's good. So they still might throw the battle, keep as much power and combat cards as possible, but we're hoping they put forward at least a good faith effort, try to call a Saxony bluff. Because Saxony might throw, you know, a 3 combat card right now and just count on Polania not throwing power and just throwing a combat card and wanting to save their 4s and 5s. See, they could have bluffed him. Combat's a head game, in large part. Okay, he should definitely, it's a little late for it, but that enlist is absolutely great if you're Saxony. It's probably not so great in this game. Polani's economy is kind of wrecked right now, thanks in part to Saxony. And I only have 1 enlist left, so what else are you going to do? I mean, you'd at least get 2 combat cards off an enlist. I think that's his best option. He doesn't get much out of 1 or 2. Yeah. Well, it didn't weaken Polania or Saxony much, unfortunately. We got 2 mech deploys left. That's 4 coin. If we're gonna get rich or die trying, we're gonna have to get some more coins. Sax can go have. Yeah, okay. It's a jazz musician joke, right? It's your turn, Polania. Oh, we would have loved to see a counterattack from Polania. You know, hit him with both of these. That can be an amazing option. You have the popularity to do it and you're not trying to get to tier 2. 5 resources is a lot. It's an overlooked option a lot of times. Okay, that gives us combat card number 2. Whoops, we just flipped our screen. Alright, so we need to move to get our last enlist because we can't deploy right now. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna attack Polania. Make it look like we want this encounter. And we go with the 3rd mech. Wait, Sax doesn't have Riverwalk, and Polani doesn't have Submerge. Sax can probably get Riverwalk next time, and then we can't move, and then he can move. If he gets Riverwalk, he can. If we take this mech to here, he can hit this space with one mech and then bump our workers and get our metal with another mech. So we have to just move 2. Don't have to completely waste the 3rd move. Move this guy down here just to have an extra territory, I guess. That's what we wanted. We don't have that much power. We needed a cheap combat. And hopefully this encounter gives us combat cards. It would have if we hadn't booted 4 workers. We can't afford to spend the money because we need to get rich or die trying, and we're substantially short on coin. So, you know, for lack of something better to do, I guess. Forgot the coins off the enlist bonus, that's gonna help. So we got 2 more deploys left. That's 4 coins, that'll get us to 17. Or Polania. Kind of getting wrecked this game. Saxony's gonna turn into a bot. Here's where Polani just needs to go ham and take out Saxony and try to get his medal back. I mean, what else is he gonna do? Sax can move next time, so we'd rather Polani not drain himself down to nothing. Sax still has 8 power. Well, hello. Wow. Combats have not gone Polani's way this game. The understatement of the night. Hmm. Gonna go ahead and deploy here. Get our scout mech. Now he has disarm. That's a problem. He has 3 mechs in the same place. Saxony's at 0 pop. He doesn't care about that. We'll get to 18 with our next deploy. Saxony will build one more mech. That's 19. We need 20. I have to do an upgrade. So we can go for the factory card. Hope it gives us something useful. Something we can turn into another star. Or we can just go ahead and get an upgrade. What will we upgrade? Probably our bolster and our build, even though we're not going to use it. So all it would do is give us extra power if we need to bolster. We'd really be doing it for the coin. Let's move to the factory. Usually dumb in my opinion to put this many mechs on here and try that hard to hold the factory. Oh, this is what we wanted to see, but it's going to cost us a combat card. We're going to take it though. That turn, if we had had a better objective, or and had been able to get a combat, we'd be sitting on 5 stars, and we'd be ready to end the game in round 13. But we didn't, so this could go quite a bit longer. Can you move Polania? Yeah, he's gonna do it again, right? He's got nothing else to do. Guess he's not. Or is he? This got interesting. I really hope Saxony throws 3 combat cards in this battle. Or at least 2, because then, I mean, we have Scout, we'd steal the last one. Get a cheap combat. Even if it's against 3 mechs, it doesn't do you any good to have 3 mechs if you can't play a combat card. They can will Sax down to... Sax plays 2 cards here. We use our factory card next turn. Win the combat. That puts us at 18 coin. We turn around and deploy in round 14 for our mech star and our objective star. Let's see what happens with this combat. Saxony only has a minute left. Come on, man. Don't do this. Sometimes when people run out of time in the middle of a combat, the game can lock up. Be lousy. He's gonna let the time run out. Nope, nope, okay. Showed me 2 cards. Alright, that's what we wanted to see. That is what we wanted to see. I really feel bad for Polani in this game. So we're going to use our factory card. We're going to use one of our 2 combat cards to attack. We're going to steal Saxony's remaining combat card. Of course, my entire game is blown up by a clown. Enjoy being timed out. Polani is a little salty. Yeah, we're just doing it for the coin. We already have all our workers. Okay, so Nordic can't reach us. He has no max. Polani's moves on cooldown. Saxony can move, so we don't want to take... We'll leave our metal behind. I'm pretty sure that the way it's going to work out, Saxony is not going to be able to counterattack us on this mountain anyway. Yes, we're going to take one of your combat cards, your only combat card. We're going to lose 2 power because he has disarm, but we don't care because zeros. He really left himself vulnerable. Two, one, I'm out. And Saxony's a bot. Out of time. So this is a game, guys. Alright guys, that is Innovative Crimea in 14 turns. We played efficiently.